There's Audrey, lovely Audrey, and things are bleak and tawdry as before. She might not want me, she might not like me, without my plan. She might not love me anymore. Where, where do I sign? I didn't press record. I told you the whole story about the time I tried to make a pumpkin patch in my backyard. And it was fighting the creeping bellflower. Somehow I had to get some rhubarb. And bellflower's got a network of underground tuber roots like a psyllium husk, like a mycentennial, and mycentennial network of information, a superhighway. And it can talk to each other across vast distances, okay? Okay? You think, well, that's no match for a pumpkin. But the pumpkin has also, okay, its own weapons. Okay? Mighty stalks, mighty vines. And the squash itself, let's not forget, okay? So what happened was I dug a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns into my backyard thinking I'd get a pumpkin patch, but there was no seeds in them. There's no seeds in them, man. And then so later I'm wondering how come I didn't get a pumpkin patch. It's because you need seeds to make a pumpkin patch, dude. Okay? And also, when I dug, okay, so then I inadvertently created a sinkhole in my backyard. So if you're my condo board, don't listen to this part, okay? So there's a sinkhole in my backyard now because I buried about 5 or 6 jack-o'-lanterns trying to get a pumpkin patch. But this year I'm just going to throw out the straight pumpkin and it's going to rot. And the seeds are going to swim all around in the rotted vegetable flesh, okay? And they're going to get nutrients and then they're going to kind of dig into the soil like this, like burrow like they're alive, okay? And then later they're going to come out, okay? They're going to come out and make a pumpkin patch. And I'm going to be the happiest little baby. Let me tell you, because of my pumpkin patch. And then if someone could give me some rhubarb, I could split it down the middle. We could put it in. This is gardening tips and tricks, okay? Gardening tips and tricks. I'm just going to check something here. Yeah, it's running. Okay, great. So gardening tips and tricks, okay? And the pumpkin, okay? I didn't know it was going to attract the mice like that. The rotting pumpkin attracts all sorts of vermin. This was the mouse as it walked across our living room. And then it went back down into the grate from whence it came or wherever else it wants to go. Because mice pretty much had the run of the house. And then we had to poison them, and I could hear them crying behind the refrigerator, screaming in pain. Those mice. And all they wanted to do was help me make a dress. Well, actually, they ended up making most of the. They made the whole dress, okay? They made the whole dress, and the little birds, too. We poison them for it because they're not acceptable to us. Yeah, sure, they carry diseases. But why can't you give those mice a bath? Those vermin on the lice on the mice. It's not nice. So put them in a bath with some ice. Okay? That should suffice. But no, that's not what happens. As soon as something comes into the house, we poison it. They were just trying to help me make a dress. I never understood the pumpkin because it smelled like pumpkin. But then I was like, no, the pumpkin is very important to my culture. It represents fertility, resilience, food. Okay, a hard outer shell with a yucky inside. That's me. Okay. But then the clock struck midnight, and I had to run. And I missed the poutine bar. And Prince Charming ran after me, and it was like, "You're missing the taco bar." I was like, "I gotta go. You can't see me like this. You won't love me anymore." For 5 hours, we danced the night away. 5 hours? Doors at 6, cocktails at 7. Okay? Pinwheel sandwiches at 8. Poutine bar, taco bar not at 9, at midnight. That's why it's called the midnight bar. You don't have a midnight taco bar at 9. Then what do you do at midnight? Have your morning breakfast? Anyway, I should help plan a wedding since mine went so good. Yeah, we got married. That's right. I had to run out at midnight on my own wedding because my pumpkin coach turned back into a pumpkin and the glass slipper cracked. I broke my foot, went straight through my foot. That's like saying, hey, why don't you have a razor blade pillow? Glass slipper. Well, they found me. And what was it like for the mice to be a mouse and build a dress is something fine. But to be a human person and have that human cognition suddenly to have it taken away from you at the stroke of midnight because of a magic spell. But there's a small piece of you, little mouse brain, that remembers what it was like to think and feel and want like a human person, like a human being. And now you're a mouse again? Well, what the hell is that? How could you ever be happy again? That's why you make the secret society of smart mice. Some intelligence, okay? That's called secret of NIM, okay? The intelligence, mouse intelligence, secret of NIM, and then there was also Ricky Tikki Tavi the mongoose. I think they had a team up. It was a different show, but I think there was a show where they teamed up, like the Avengers. Gutting Cobra and eating cheese. I don't obviously remember what the show plot was. So they found me and they tried to put the silver slipper on, but I got corns. I guess the magic held to my feet put them into that old glass slipper. That old black magic has you under a spell. Okay, so then it didn't fit. And I was like, no, guys, okay, it was me. I'm the one that ran out at midnight taco bar. And the person, I don't... Even if that is true, there's somewhere else I have to be immediately. To the horses. And he rode off. I guess people aren't just meant to hear about the pumpkin patch, the rhubarb, the creeping bellflower, and how it got changed into a carriage for me so I could go to the ball. Get a piece of glass in my foot from that slipper. And then when he did show up, he didn't want me to kiss him. And the mice, with the knowledge that they've had that they were human people, only to be turned back into mice again at the stroke of midnight when there was a taco bar. And that's how Secret of NIM started, because they were really smart mice now. They couldn't let go of the fact that they had known so much in terms of human cognition. Their brains massive, shrunk back down into mouse brains, but their thoughts could not be contained. They created a secret society of mice with the one thought, and that is to revenge against me. Because I poisoned the one behind the fridge, I could hear it screaming. It's not their fault I put all those pumpkins to rot in the yard, and so they were attracted to the house, and so they came into the house and they watched us watch TV. And yeah, they're dirty little vermin, but if you wash your mouse, wouldn't that be sufficient? Wouldn't that suffice if you wash your mice? Wash the lice off the mice. Wouldn't that be nice? It'd suffice. I did it twice. Wasn't enough. But the thought was there. Anyway, you'll never know those stories now because it's been 45 minutes. I'm just going to look at the recording and see if I press it. I know how record works, okay? I'm not totally out of it. Yeah, I can see it working now. Yeah, it all worked great. So that's the lesson for today, is never give up. If you're doing stream of consciousness videos and you forget to press record, do it again. And then when you forget to press record again, just give a quick little recap at the end. That's the secret of my success. So we'll continue with gardening tips and tricks, Q&As, FAQs next time. Until then, okay, stay growing.